Are you curious about manifesting with a partner? Recently, I put this course together to a group and they all asked the question, what happens when I'm manifesting with my husband, my business partner, my sister, this project that I'm putting on with somebody? How do you manifest with somebody else? It's a really, really good question, and I want to dive into the answer with you. So, we all know that manifesting is a lot of fun. Having that idea come to fruition and wanting to share that with somebody is so exciting, it's so uplifting. But the question is, how can I manifest with my partner? Like, how does that even work? So, while I fully appreciate that there are some incredibly strong relationships and trusted partnerships, be it business, be it family, be it personal, manifestation is an evolving journey of self discovery. The manifesting power absolutely comes down to you. So, if we break this down and say that your intuition is pulling you to buy your own home for the benefit of your family, yet your partner may argue for their limitations and be uncomfortable having a mortgage for whatever reason, your partner's fear is absolutely going to override your ability to manifest this together. So I'm going to come back to the slides, but I want to share with you, and I may have already shared it in this course, but a client example of where she had a belief that it was safer to rent instead of to own. And with this belief meant that while she was saying that she wanted to own her own home, the energy kept resisting. There was secondary gain, there was sabotage, there was doubt that kept coming into the scenario on why they couldn't manifest their own home. So we had to do the work to better understand this limitation that when she did have a family home growing up, dad had gambled it away. There was so much hurt and pain and frustration from that. And she pretty much said to herself, I will never ever have a family home. It just causes too much distress. A house equals distress. And so, for the betterment of her family, her unconscious mind is saying, like, we better not own another house. Like, that's just too risky. So, undoing that limiting belief meant that we could clear away the meaning that she was putting to it. She could actually own her own home, have the sense of security, have that family security, and give her children the opportunity to have what she didn't have. Once she got this aha, wow, she wasn't arguing for her limitations anymore. And that house could come in just as I expected, that she was ready for it. And so it could come in, the money could come in, the opportunities could come in, but she wasn't arguing for her limitation. Now, I can fully appreciate the frustration that that would have brought for her husband. And he rightfully had the option to do the work too. He could have also done the coaching to discover, okay, why are my needs not being attended to? Why my dream to provide for my family? Like, where has that happened? You know, what's occurred to him in the past that meant that he had to come second? He could have easily done that work, and who knows how the timelines would have shifted so that that house could come in. So he was hurt, but the powers that be, when she came to me and she said, Claire, I want to manifest my own home, of course, we're going to go and have a look at why it isn't here now. So the manifestation journey comes back to you. And so if you're in a partnership, let's say that you're husband and wife and you want to move interstate and yet you can't work out the right timing because, like, you know, he's now just got a promotion, or I've just started to move in this direction while I was waiting for him, and you can't quite get the timing right, but your heart's a longing to move interstate. You've got the option there. The person who's listening to this course, the one who is aware that they can put themselves at cause and create the changes for themselves, they're the ones that if their buttons are being pushed and they're not getting what they want, they need to go and do that inner work to identify what is holding themselves back. So they've manifested that relationship for a reason. Their soul's growth is it's depending on them exploring the ways that they've held themselves back in this lifetime and in past lives, so they can be free of those shackles and to manifest what you want. So I know as a mum myself, if I am generating a level of stress in the house, or I'm noticing like I'm being triggered because the kids aren't closing the cupboard doors, or they're not doing, dirty washing or whatever it is, and I'm noticing that I'm getting stressful, I know that if I go in and actually pause, clear whatever's going on, my expectations, my feeling like I'm not being heard, I'm not being considered, where did that come from? I know that if I go and clear that, then my energy calms down. I radiate a different energy. And then just suddenly noticing like the kids are actually keen to come out of their rooms, they're keen to do their washing, they're keen to, to help because I've done the work to recognize where the trigger is. So it comes back to you when it comes to manifesting, I should say, it's a journey of self-discovery. It does come back to you. So one more example here. In another scenario, looking for your own home as a partnership, there are things that you can do to make things go really smoothly. And it's the setup and the intention for things to go smoothly that helps a partnership manifest the outcome that they want. So if they're trying to buy a house together, it's like knowing the type of house that they want, how many bedrooms on a quiet street, near public transport, driving distance to work, like what are the top non-negotiables, and then listing down what are the negotiables, what is the wiggle room here, what is the budget. So the intent from both parties for things to go smoothly does mean that there's planning. That's no different than any other manifestation of planning, with the vision walls and the planning with the taking action and the planning. Still comes back to communication, how we're communicating to ourselves, how we're communicating to others. This is that journey of manifestation. So overall, I still come back to manifesting being an individual journey, and the power is in you. That's the most exciting thing about manifesting, is that if your buttons are being pushed, you can do something about it. Really, really easy. Like that's what I should call this course, right, guys? I hope that helps. Manifesting with a partner comes back to you. Bye.